The other thing we can do is use systems of equations and matrices to help us solve out initial value problems. And again, we'll see this by example. I think this is the best way to learn how to do this. So here's the scenario. Find constraints that satisfy the following conditions. So here's an equation that we have. Y equals C1 e to the x plus C2 e to the 2x plus C3 e to the 3x. And if you've worked through differential equations already, this kind of an expression might look a little familiar to you. If you haven't, that's okay, it doesn't matter. And we've got some initial conditions that y0 is equal to -1, y prime of 0 is equal to -1, and y double prime of 0 is equal to -5. So if this was a application related to physics, we might have a position, a velocity, and an acceleration value as an initial numbers. As it is, this is where we are. And similar to what we did with the polynomial interpolation, we have some values that we can plug in, but I'm going to need the derivatives. So let's go ahead and figure out what y prime is. So the first derivative here is going to look like c1 e to the x plus 2c2 e to the 2x plus 3c3 e to the 3x. And y double prime then is c1 e to the x plus 4c2 e to the 2x plus 9c3 e to the 3x. So now we've got our first and second derivatives, and we're just going to evaluate through at the data points. When I put in 0 into y, it's supposed to output -1. When I put in 0 to y prime, it's supposed to output -1. And when I evaluate y double prime at 0, I'm supposed to get out -5. So we set up those equations, and that means that y of 0 is equal to c1 plus c2 plus c3. And again, that's supposed to output -1. Y prime of 0 is equal to c1 plus 2c2 plus 3c3, and that's supposed to output -1 as well. And for the last one, y double prime of 0 is equal to c1 plus 4c3 plus 9c3 equals -5. And again, similar to polynomial interpolation, here we have a system of linear equations that can be solved by throwing it into a matrix, hitting a row ref, and getting an answer out of that. So I'll let you finish that off and check your answers for C1, C2, and C3 below.